It's Judas Priest right here on the Classic Metal Show from the Painkiller release. That is the title track. And even though Chris is burned out on Judas Priest, I got a request for it in the chat room. So I always aim to please.
I don't mind that song, man. I love Judas Priest.
Yeah, that wakes your ass right up.
Yeah, I will admit, though, I am a little burned on them, but, you know, they go in spurts. I listened to that whole album today, actually. Really?
You see, last week you said that you were burned out on Priest.
I kind of am, but you know what? It was as I told you off the air, I'm in the process of getting all my music out of the cloud and onto a hard drive, and so I was picking all the stuff that I want on my phone, and I got to have some Priest on my phone. So I was pulling down all the Priest stuff, and I listened to Demolition all the way through today, and then I listened to Painkiller all the way through.
Sure.
Wow, is there a wide difference there between fucking Painkiller and Demolition?
Well, that's very interesting. A week, what a difference a week makes.
You know what, dude? You know how I am. I'm a musical fucking goofball. You know, last week I didn't want to hear anything metal. This week, that's all I was listening to all day today.
So it's a mood thing.
It is a mood thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm definitely moody with my listening.
Sure.
Today was definitely all Metallica, Megadeth, Priest, Stuck Mojo. It was all heavy today.
It's funny. Just feeling aggressive today.
Yeah, while I sat in my chair and did nothing.
Sure.
And download music and build websites.
Nice
life I'm living.
Well, this week seems to be a very fan interactive week.
That's good,
because we've got another a repeat segment tonight.
Okay,
so let's see what's going on here.
All right,
it's time for the Classic Metal Show to start begging for email.
What the hell is email?
Death sent me an email.
Well, when you figure it out, email me.
And here's your loser beggars, Neely and Chris.
You've got mail.
Well, we got an email from England.
Okay.
It just came in. Hi, guys. First live listen from England for me.
All right.
As my 6-year-old son jumped onto my nuts when I was sleeping and scared the shit out of me.
Ouch.
So my recovery is you guys.
It's early over there, isn't it?
Yeah. It's it's like real early in the morning over there.
Okay.
Usually I listen to the podcast, but great to hear a bit of music too with some of the classic Metallica.
Nice.
Anyway, keep up the good work. Love the chat and hope to ring in one day. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. Hand job. John Stangroom, Reading, England.
All right, there's John Stankbroom. So good.
I like when we get emails from like people from like all over the world. It's like people listen to this dumb show.
I know. It's like, oh, you're in Louisiana? Big fucking deal. We got guys from England and Qatar calling us.
And Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah.
It is crazy that we got people all over the world listening to this dumb shit.
I know. It's like, I relate, man.
All right, now, you said on the show before that your dad thinks that this is just a fucking stupid waste of time.
Well, because there's no money generated. Right. That's the key. If there was money being generated with this, then it would be well worth the time.
Would he appreciate that we literally have listeners all around the globe?
Well, he's amazed because I have showed him the Spreaker.
Okay.
And showed him, the download totals and stuff. But, of course, the first question is, what are you getting out of that?
Got to be a way to make money out of that.
Well, are you generating any revenue?
Why can't people just understand this is kind of like instead of going to the bars on a Saturday night and wasting $50, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, but the thing is, see, I'm spending time producing a product, I guess a digital product.
Yeah.
So am I getting remunerated somehow for doing this?
Yeah. But you don't want to.
Yeah, I understand. I get that. But the thing is the old school. See, my dad was born in 1929.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's 87 years old.
Right.
And he came from the Depression era, or was coming out of the Depression era.
Okay.
So everything has value. This goes back to our whole discussion about the whole music having value.
Right.
And you're spending time, you spent money on equipment, you're spending time on the internet feed, you're spending money on this, you're doing that. What are you getting in return? Where's the monetary return on that?
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. It's like, Pops, how much you make watching TV? You're spending time, you're spending money. How much are you getting back on that?
Sure.
0. So shut up.
Well, my dad was very successful with his investments.
Of course.
And whatnot. So he, and I don't want to say this in any kind of a bragging sense because I have nothing to do with this, but my dad is a multimillionaire.
Look at that guy.
Okay. And this is a guy who with an 8th grade education. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So he didn't go to college. He didn't go through high school. He graduated in a one school room house in Kentucky.
Okay.
And at his age and through his investments and hard work and raising 7 children and whatnot, he still came out on top as a multimillionaire.
Sure.
And for him to see his son, who is 52 years old, doing this stupid internet radio show that's almost 2 million downloads. It's like, what are you getting out of that, son? Are you making any money?
Yeah, it's like, dude, ease up, Dad.
But he's proud of it, but proud only in a way of like, well, you've created something, but what are you getting in remuneration for that?
I know. Nobody gets that we don't want to get paid. We could get paid for it, but then it wouldn't be as fun. It's just something we do it's like going to the strip club. Isn't it? It's guys that go to not necessarily a strip club, but just to the club. Guys that go out every week and fucking do something, on the weekend.
Yeah, but see, the difference is that you and I are creating something.
Yeah.
And going to the strip club, you're just a participant and sitting there and watching naked chicks.
Mm-hmm.
But the naked chicks are actually making something from your dollars that you're stuffing in their G-string.
Right.
That's the difference.
But your old man can't see that, you are making something Monday through fucking Friday.
But this is not my job. But the whole thing is how come you can't turn that into some kind of a revenue stream?
That's when you just gotta say, look, Pops, listen to this and play him the most heinous shit ever.
Well, I would never do that.
Just say, look, do you really think that I'm going to make money doing this? Do you think anybody's going to let me do this and pay me?
Well, the thing is even though my dad is not adept to everything, he's still very aware. And he goes, well, Howard Stern turned that into a multi-million-dollar business. And he would say that, trust me.
Yeah, and that's what
because I don't like that creep, but he turned that thing into a multi-million-dollar business.
I got to tell you, Pops, just between me and you, what Howard Stern was doing is like sitting in a Bible class compared to what we're doing.
Right.
Howard would never say the shit that we
Sure. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hey, it's Scotty again.
What's up, Scotty?
My dad is the same way. He's a little bit younger than your dad, but you and I are about the same age. But, like he had to shine shoes and deliver newspapers to help my grandmother pay, the rent. And, that fear of poverty, it never fucking leaves them.
Right.
And, like back then when they were kids, like there were no fucking food stamps or fucking welfare checks or anything like that. I mean, if you were fucking poor, you fucking starved. Like, you didn't eat. And it's like, my dad went into the military, retired as an officer after 37 years, and he did pretty good for himself. obviously not quite as good as your dad did, but it's like he's still like that though. Like he still buys like stuff on sale. He's still like he waited 2 years to buy a fucking flat screen TV.
Yeah, that's my dad. That's my dad too. Same thing.
And I'm like, Dad, just go out and fucking get yourself a fucking flat screen. He's like, he goes, when the fucking prices come down to what I want to spend, then I'll fucking get it. But it's like they're afraid, like, they're going to have to go back to that. It's like it's ingrained into their fucking DNA.
Sure.
And there's no fucking changing them. And there's, you just, and they look at us, it's like, it's like, Jesus, what did you spend on that? Or, it's like, well, I spent, you could have got it on sale. And it's like, well, no, I wanted it, so I went out and fucking bought it, And, but it's just like we grew up, you and I and them, we grew up in different times. And, like they have different fucking values, and, that's just the way it is. But
they
love us, and there's nothing they wouldn't do for either one of us. You know that.
Sure. You say your dad shined shoes?
When he was a kid, yeah, out in front of G Fox in Hartford, he shined shoes, and he delivered fucking newspapers. That fucking shoe shining story. If I've heard it a fucking million times, he used to say, "Shine, shine, only a dime. If the shoes don't shine, the dime ain't mine."
Your dad's
all this fucking all the money that he made, and he would give it to my grandmother. My grandmother worked in a factory. On a press machine. My grandfather died when he was just a kid. He was a truck driver, and he died in an accident. So it was just, my grandmother and my father and my aunt. And, my father had to, bring money into the fucking household so that, they could live. And it was just, and he worked his fucking ass off his whole life after that. And, but yeah, to this day, he's still the same way. I so understand what you're saying, because, like they look at us and they think we're fucking lazy, because, we're not saving every fucking nickel that we make.
Yeah.
And, we're not working like every hour of the fucking week,
For yourself, sir.
Well, your dad's name wasn't Tommy, and he didn't knock off a gangster, did he?
My dad? No, my dad was a B-52 pilot in the Air Force. He retired as a colonel.
I was making a Goodfellas reference. Go home and get your shine box, Tommy.
Oh, yeah. I fucking remember that. That was fucking brutal. What they fucking did to that poor guy. Anyway, that's all I got. And Haley Kill, hand job, and...
fuck you, pal.
Fuck you, pal. I don't want to say fuck you, pal, to you guys. You guys are all right.
We're all
anyway,
right.
I'll talk to you later.
All right, thanks.
Bye for now.
All right. Have a sip of tea for me.
Ta-ta, cats.
Right. That's why we're so relatable, you see?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what of this not working every minute of every day that you guys speak of. I seem to work every fucking minute. Look, when's the last time I cut up the podcast? It's been like a month, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I just don't have time. And
sure.
I don't have time tomorrow either.
Right.
Although I might have time tomorrow. If you don't want to do it, I'll do it. Because my video shoot got scrubbed for a week.
Right.